Hi guys, Tatiana is here. I'm psychologist and coach, and today I wanted to talk to you about the White Lotus 2 and about the dynamics between two couples that we see in this series. But before we start, please put the thumbs up, write the comment down below. What do you think about it? Do you like the White Lotus 2? Have you seen it? Have you watched it? Do you like it? Who is your favorite character in there? And what do you like about them? Who is the worst character in there for you? I will be very interested to read what do you think about it. And for now, let's get started. So what can we say about the script? What is happening over there? We see these two young, beautiful couples who are coming to this five-star resort in Sicily and are having fun. We see two guys that are Cameron and Ethan, who know each other from the college on, and they had always this kind of competition between themselves: who is stronger, who is bigger, who is richer, who is more man than the other one, and so on. We see these dynamics from the very beginning, and also the point that Cameron was asking out to come there, Ethan, with his wife, is leading us to some kind of imagination what could happen there, why he did it, which purpose he had to do it. Because in the adult life, people are not doing something like that just for doing it. They doing it in purpose. And so from the very start of the season, we see that Harper is talking to Ethan and tells them, nobody is doing that, inviting you and pay you the hotel, five-star hotel, just because you are an old friend. Cameron might want to make Ethan to invest money in his project because he's raising money, and of course he wants his friends to participate in this, and that's why he's doing something for him, to have something in return, of course. And of course, I will tell you about that more precisely in the next minutes. And of course, he takes his chance to have his usual play with the wife of his friend. We find out from the very beginning that he done it a lot of times, and he continue to do it the same. And let's analyze more deeply about the dynamics between this couple. We see this couple of Ethan and Harper. We see clearly that the couple has some struggles, they have some problems, because they have a very low sex life. And we know that the dynamics of the sex life is corresponding to the dynamic of the relationship itself. It's just an indicator that something is going wrong in the relationship, and maybe there are some things that you need to take attention on. And of course, maybe you need to work on this. Simply you need to sit and talk, but it seems like they like to avoid this conversation, the tough conversation that they need to have, of course, about the sexuality, about maybe the point that the first period of their relationship is going away, and maybe they have 3 years crisis or 7 years crisis in their relationship, and they need to figure it out together. But it seems like they both avoid the hard conversation, and so it brings them into a lot of really wrong choices that they make towards themselves, and they risk to lose the relationship they have. You also see that Harper herself is a tough person. She's a professional lawyer, and so you see this already very strong character of her. She's kind of picky. She knows exactly what she wants and what she doesn't want in her daily life. She asks a lot from the people who are around her, and she asks a lot from herself as well. And so this is also not really very comfortable to be together with this kind of person, because when you're at your vacation, you want to have your fun time, you want to have a rest, and when you have somebody who is also a bit has a toxic behavior, who is always unsatisfied, who is always looking for something that is wrong, it doesn't really give you the possibility to relax in your vacation. And so, but I think that this is a part of the frustration that she has in her sex life that is projecting into her daily behavior and her daily also mood and her daily feeling of herself. And so that's why she's always like this. And so we have her, we have Ethan, who seems to be okay with everything. He's polite with everybody. He's kind of person who is very close. You never know what is going on in his head, what is going on in his inside. He's very distant from his body. He's very distant from his wishes. He's very concentrated on his job, on his goals. He's very close inside of him, very introverted. And of course, you see that, like, he just wants everybody to be okay with everything. And he's not the person who really knows what he wants, or who really can have some kind of a discussion with a person. He tries every his best to avoid hard conversation, to avoid some conflicts, but we see also him confronting Cameron at some point, because he figured out, like, we figure out that it's not the first time that they have this competition about the woman, because it was always the behavior of the Cameron to try out his boundaries, to try whether his girlfriend is okay for him or not. He always had this kind of game with the girlfriend of Ethan. And okay, I will come back to this after we analyzed a bit the dynamics between Ethan and Harper. And now let's come to Cameron and Daphne. Who is Cameron? Cameron is a classic narcissist, of course. He is the only one between two couples and four people who is doing everything he wants. He doesn't have any limits. He always try the others people boundaries out, whether they're strong or not. He always try to convince everybody to live their ethics, to live their life rules, what they think is okay, what they think is not okay. He always try out everybody's boundaries. You see, this is why it's so important to stay away from narcissistic people, because they are always trying your boundaries. And if you have such people in your surrounding, they will always say you, like, if you are telling them, okay, well, I don't want to try nothing. I have the totally healthy lifestyle. I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. They try to convince you, to tell you, come on, like, everybody's doing this. Come on, don't be such a pea. Don't be such a boring person. Everybody is doing that. Like, and they always try to convince you. And at some point, when you will not be in such a strong mood, your boundaries will not be so strong, they will figure it out if you follow me now or not. But the point is that what we see in Devil's Advocate, for example, or in other also Hollywood movies, that we see a person who is not really at the beginning, who have these boundaries, who knows what their qualities are, who knows that they are good people, that they have good choices, that they make health choices for their relationship, for their life, for their lifestyle, but they are together with the other people who are narcissists, for example, and who are trying the boundaries always out. And so it leads them, every kind of small choice, it leads them to the point when they give up on everything they loved, everything they were appreciated about before. They hurt people they love to follow up, to be at the same level, at the same grandiosity of such narcissist. You see this all the time. There are a lot of movies about them. That's why it's always so important to have this hygiene of the people who are together with you, of your friendships, of your relationship. It is always so important. You always need to remember what you're going for. You always need to remember your goals in life. You always need to remember where you're coming from. You always need to remember who you are. And you forget, you leave this kind of identity that you had when you meet narcissistic people who are taking you in their world and making you part of their world. And of course, when they are playing enough with you, they are throwing you away and they're going away. And you are resting there with everything that you've done, and you don't even know how to resolve it, how to deal with all of these problems that you yourself created in your life by the bad influence. That is why you need to be strong and need to really select who you are dealing with. And so what is going on? Cameron is doing everything he wants. And so Daphne made out this coping strategy, how to deal with that. And so every time that he makes something to her, like make her suffer, she vindicates him with something that she does against him. So this way he does both. First, she's continuing to have this relationship because otherwise maybe she thinks that Cameron would be annoyed and would maybe leave her for the other woman, for the next victim. But the point that this way she maintained him interested, she maintained him jealous, she maintained this passion between them in this way. And at the same way she vindicates him for everything he done to her, because you see, when she answers on some questions, you see that she's suffering. It brings her a lot of pain in her life. But at the same time, she doesn't want really to leave him because she's good with it. She's already used to that dynamic. She knows what she's doing. And she's doing her part of the play. She's having this affair with her trainer that she's speaking about. Actually, at first, I thought that she's just showing the pictures of her children to Harper just to make her shut up. But then I understood that those children could be really the children of this trainer that she's having an affair with. And so, with Mike White, you never know, he leaves it to your imagination to imagine what is happening. So we can imagine that in the end, each and every of them was cheating on the other one with the other couple. But we don't know that. I mean, it depends only on imagination that you have. But the point is what I was talking about before. When you happen to be with such type of narcissist, you always will find yourself in a very difficult situation where you will not even understand how you come there. But the point is that every wrong choice that you made to be with such a person around as a narcissist will bring you into this end point. Because at the beginning, the first couple, the Ethan and Harper, were kind of different, right? They were positioning themselves as different from another couple. But they became the same at the end, you know? This is the point. Because, and that's why you need really to figure out who you need to deal with and who you doesn't need to deal with. Because this is how it could end with people who are really narcissists and who are really always provoking you to do something that is wrong for you. It is wrong to you. It was always wrong to you, but that's what you are doing. And so, of course, we don't know how it would end if Ethan and Harper would go to the therapy or if they were in the good stage of their relationship, because we see this couple that is struggling already. They have their problem in their relationship, and that is why they're ending up in this difficult situation for themselves. And so they always also asking themselves whether this relationship has chance to continue, or they need to have divorce and maybe to live separately. They doesn't really know what to do. The other couple is okay. They were always like this. They know each other so well. They are playing their games all the time. She knows what she does. He knows what he does. And they are okay with that. But the other couple could be destroyed by their choices. So guys, I hope you like this video. Please put the thumbs up. Leave the comment down below, and we see each other next video.